You know, like, this is part two of the video I did. No, baby, he not your daddy. I'm sorry. Now, if you had watched that video, as you recalled, that boy who had a sick son with leukemia had met his real daddy. Now, the way I set that up for you, I did a model, which was a family of a woman who had a husband and a lover with 3 kids, 3 girls and 2 boys. I had to do it like that because I'm gonna show you the complexity of the story. When I told you it was confusing, the way I did it to simplify it for us to get right here where we are now. Because the truth in the story, when it was told to me, it was told by that woman's daughter, which is a grown woman now. The boy who has the son with leukemia was not raised in her house. It was her aunt's son. They were raised as cousins. When the boy met his real daddy, all the truth came out. Now listen, because I didn't confuse this part. That boy is her brother, but remember now, that was her aunt's son. 2 sisters had 2 husbands. You know, she had a husband. 2 sisters, each had husbands. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Each had husbands. So a wife and a husband. The girl was telling me that boy whose son had leukemia was raised as cousins. But in the end, they found out that those 2 sisters were married, was fucking the same man on the side. Knew him since they were young. Both of them loved him. Excuse me. Eating peppers again. And when they found out, when they were coming up, they started having babies. They love on this side and on that side. He 2 sisters now, again, had the same lover. The kids grew up thinking they were cousins. Some of them weren't cousins, but the kids. So let's get back to the story now. Remember, now I'm putting that boy out the house. He wasn't in the house. They grew up. All the kids grew up. The woman that's telling me this story knew that he was her cousin all her life. The man who I'm talking about, who got the kid about to die, he got leukemia. So let's get back to the story. Remember, he had just met his real daddy. So now, what I was telling you was that he met his real daddy because he had came to find out that the man who raised them in his house now, the woman who told me this story, she was raised by a man. He wasn't her daddy neither. And the boy with the leukemia, his dad was his. The man who was their daddy stayed across town. Both of them, the 2 sisters was screwing the same lover. See, I told you, this shit is like, I was like, man, what the fuck is this, a bag of damn Skittles or something? So now back to what I'm saying. So he had met his daddy, his real daddy. Now the boy died. He got a rare form of leukemia, a blood disease. And like I said, he had went through with who he thought was his father. And they went through the whole family. Because what it was that not only did it have to be the bloodline, but it had to be a particular match inside your bloodline. So your daddy could have came up, he wasn't a match. Like it's I think it's A, B, O, A or B, something like that with bloodlines. But it had to be a specific match. Not only just in your blood, but a specific match person. One, it might be one person, that has that specified blood. You got that specified blood, and it's a match. He met his real dad. They bonded, like I said. They got one person out of his family, didn't match. The daddy didn't match. And when they got a cousin, he didn't match. Real family now. And they got a third person besides the dad. That was 4 people. Told you where we going at, ain't it? In the first story, you remember what I told you? I said we was headed to the graveyard because that boy died. By the time they found a match in his family, that's their 4th, he died. I mean, they didn't, because by the time they was going through the family, that was his bloodline, but it was too late. The baby, the father, he died. And then, by the time he died, when they find out now, see, the plot twist with him, the son, whose son has died. See, his plot twist, because now he trying to put the blocks in the squares, the circles in. He going back to childhood. I got to put a block in the square, the circle in the circle, and the triangle in the triangle. He trying to match all that shit up now. And before it was all over, when both them sisters came up and confessed, sisters right here in this house found out that he was their daddy. They brothers and sisters. They got the same daddy. They're not cousins. They got the same daddy. They're cousins because the mama, but you see what I'm talking about? See the complexity of, and see the thing about us being aligned with the universe fixed. Mars don't go jumping in front of damn Venus. Venus don't. Jupiter don't go running up, stepping up in front of, getting out of line when they rotating around like they spiral. It stays in order. It has the law of relativity, rhythm, the law of correspondence, the law of gender, the law of polarity, and all our laws are supposed to be made because it stays in harmony. The universe stays in harmony. Everything stays in harmony. Everything stays fixed, and it stays in order. See, each one of you, each individual person is the universe. You have everything in you. You have all the planets in you. All the star systems are inside of you. That's why sometimes you get sick, because you get your life out of order. And see, with that family, everything was out of order. You don't know what the fuck Jupiter at. Jupiter, what you doing next to damn Mars? He big. I was just trying to get me something to eat, cuz just all out of whack. Let's bring about disease. It brings about all these deformity, childhood, different childhood mentality, mental illnesses, mental deformities, because your universe has to be in order. You are a microcosm of the universe. Everything is in you. And then when you become a family unit, you still are a bigger microcosm of it, but you have to be in order. You have to be abiding by universal laws. The laws that you're abiding by, brother can't sleep with sister, mama can't sleep with son, daddy can't sleep with daughter. These are gender laws. These are the laws of this. It's put in place like this so that we can live in harmony and be fixed, and so that we can live, so that our lives will be in harmony. You can't just go, now you married and now y'all, that same man, and now y'all kids are, they don't know whether they damn cousins or damn nephews. They don't know. They just a damn ball of confusion. And I wanted to tell that story because when I first heard it, I was just, just telling to me. The way it was given to me, it was horrific. It was way worse than I actually told it. It's way worse than I actually told it. Because it was a time frame. They needed to find a match in their blood, and they didn't get to the truth of who they really was. You grown, and you don't even know who you was. You don't been raised. That's why I say that this mixture up and these dysfunctional families, this person raising this one raising this